Happy holidays, my dear Virgos. Welcome to your December 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I just wanted to mention, in case you missed it last month, I did appear on an internet radio show. One of my students hosts Solar Temple Radio over on Blog Talk, and we chatted a little bit about the runes, spirituality in general, psychic development, that sort of thing. So if that interests you, I will provide the link here in the video or below the video in the details section. If you want to check that out, please do. And also wanted to mention I will have holiday gift certificates available for those of you who would like to give the gift of a reading with me to a friend or family member. It's just a PDF file and I email it to you, and then you can print it out or you can email it to your person, however you would like to do it. Those will be available until December 17th. After that, I won't be around, so definitely get in touch with me before then if you'd like to do that. At runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. But let's jump in and see what December holds for my Virgos. I got a lot to say. This month I will be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot deck by Luigi Scapini, for those of you who are interested in the deck. Please do keep in mind, as I always mention, these are general readings. So as such, not all of these messages will be specifically for you. Some of them will be for other Virgos. You can watch the video for your rising sign as well to get some additional information and additional messages. The only way to get a reading only for you, though, is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype, and they are $65 for 30 minutes. Just drop me a line at the email address in the video or below the video if you want to set up an appointment. And we can get that taken care of. Now's a great time because we can take a look at 2016 and what's going to be happening for you next year. And you can beat the rush. I normally book up really quickly in January. So do get in touch with me in December if you can, because we can, go ahead and get your New Year's reading, and you can go into the holidays, feeling a little bit better about things, or at least feeling equipped and armed for whatever next year may throw at you. But let's see, Virgo, what we've got going on here. It looks like your focus for many of you, and not surprisingly, when I'm talking to my earth signs here, we've got the 5 of coins. So it looks like some of you may be concerned about conserving money, about, spending too much. You may be concerned, oh gosh, how are we going to pay for everything? December can be an expensive month if you, most people do celebrate something that requires a gift in that month, so it can get a bit expensive. But you may be looking for ways to either budget and to spend less. I kind of feel like you guys are worrying over nothing, though. I feel like a lot of this is just like, oh gosh, we're not going to have enough, but then you're protected. So it may be that you, at the last minute, you get a bonus, or at the last minute you can get some more hours at work to kind of, make up the extra, or make it so that you, you can go ahead and spend what you need to spend. I don't feel like you're going to spend lavishly, Virgo, but I doubt you guys do that too often anyway. You're pretty money conscious, pretty budget conscious, just as the other earth signs are. So because you have the 4 of coins coming up, so that indicates to me you're going to be, guarding your money very well. You're gonna recoup whatever you have to spend, and you're gonna be spending wisely. You may put something off until, maybe you're gonna put off your shopping or delay your shopping for a little bit. Maybe you normally do it earlier and you just feel like the funds aren't quite there yet until I get this overtime check, or until I get this bonus, or until I got this other bit of money coming in, or until I get this support check I'm waiting on from the ex, because I'm seeing some of that coming up here. So yeah, there may be something going on where you're waiting on money from someone who owes it to you, or you're waiting to kind of get that bigger check from work, and that's fine. I feel like, you may be in the thick of the shopping, or you may be kind of, dealing with that, but I feel like you'll make it happen. You will pull this off. Some of you may be trying to decide if you're going to travel home for the holidays, because I feel like maybe that's what some of you are like, well, we could just, we would have enough and then some if we didn't pay for flights or if we didn't have to do this or that. But honestly, those of you who kind of have to wait until the last minute, you may find a really good deal, a lot of you, on flights if you wait, which I know sounds kind of crazy. But yeah, you may find a really good deal that allows you to save a ton of money at the last minute on a flight. And maybe it's because you're not flying on the actual holiday, or you find a way to kind of, because it seems like if you were thinking about going ahead and traveling, you'll be able to do so, but at a cheaper rate or at a really good deal. A deal that saves you quite a lot of money. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind there, Virgo. Any concerns going into December, I feel like will be alleviated, because you're just going to find deals, and you're going to find that you've got more money coming to you than you were planning on or thinking you were going to have, because you got your spirit guides or this protection kind of swooping in. Some of you may have a relative or a good friend who loans you some money until you get that check. Maybe that check doesn't come until January, and you're like, hey, could you spot me some money and then I will pay you back. I feel like this is somebody you can depend on, and that's fine. They'll be happy to help you out. So be sure to ask for help if you need it, because I just feel like people will be very helpful. Those you can depend on will be very helpful to you. Whatever you need, maybe you just need support, or you need to vent to someone. And I feel like there's going to be someone there. Capricorn had a similar note in their reading for December. So now let's see what help is going to be available here. We got the Three of Wands in the reverse, and then Yara. So yeah, there may be something where you are, you make a decision that is fair in December. And this may have nothing to do with the holidays, nothing to do with money. You make a decision that will not be viewed by everyone as fair, but it is fair, and it is karmic. It's justice. It's justice. And this is something maybe you've been putting off. Maybe you've been putting off doing something about this. Maybe it is something that involves the legal system, the justice system. Maybe it is, this person who owes you money, like this ex who owes you support, and you haven't taken them to court. You've been very understanding. Well, now, because, it's late, and now maybe the kids aren't, you're going to have to borrow money to give the kids at Christmas. You are like, okay, that's it. I'm taking this SOB to court. I'm getting, sometimes if somebody, doesn't live up to their agreements and the contracts that they make with you, you do have to bring the legal system into it sometimes. They leave you no choice, because then it's regulated and someone else can handle it when someone, isn't carrying their weight, isn't living up to their responsibilities, or doing what they're supposed to do. So Virgo, some of you, I feel like this is a decision that you were trying not to have to do because you didn't want to be the bad guy. You don't generally like confrontation too much. That's something you share with your opposite, Pisces, water sign. You will kind of do whatever you can to mitigate or to alleviate confrontation, which is good. I mean, some people certainly can, jump to that too quickly. But there are some situations where finally you just have to, it's necessary sometimes, confrontation. In order for you to stop carrying the weight with the Ten of Wands here, in order for you to stop having to be the one doing all the work and always worrying about the money, and, going back to the example of the children, because again, I'm just using that as an example, although I do feel like that's resonating with quite a few of you out there, indicated by the messages I'm getting here. But, yeah, it's not fair that you have to carry all the weight when, you didn't create these children on your own, whether you're the male or the female. In this situation, I know some of you guys have custody of the children, and your ex should be paying you for their support. Those of you who were in same-sex marriages, again, we don't have any court cards here. Well, we do have one, but we haven't gotten to him yet. But yeah, I mean, it could be like, these are our children together. You are responsible as well. So you need to help me. I shouldn't have to carry all of this weight on my own, whether it's financial, whether it's you know, the way you're raising the kids, the way you're parenting, you know. And this is part of a lesson, Virgo. I feel like if you have given someone way too much rope, it's time and necessary for you to hear into the lesson, is what I'm getting, But I am also seeing you feeling very positive. This is not going to color the whole month, but I do see you, you know, it's adding to your concerns about money, because as we were talking about, December is kind of a rough month, money-wise, for most people. I do feel like, though, it's important for you, if you can, travel and go home for the holidays. Or maybe some of you were just, you had a trip planned, you were going to take a vacation. I feel like whatever travel plans you have, you should take. Or if you have people traveling to you, if you're hosting something, an event, a party, or a holiday at your home, it's important that you continue with that, because the camaraderie and you know, the support that you will get from people, it's going to be much needed. And I see that being a very happy time, actually. I feel like you're going to have a lot of energy. You're going to feel very exuberant. And happy that you went ahead and did, you know, this. Happy that you went ahead and traveled despite the concern about money. You're going to feel really positive about this. Now, there is some conflict coming up around a King of Cups here, and that's in the position of what can't be changed around December. He's coming up in the reverse. So this is someone who is normally associated with water sign energy. So this could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, Sun or Rising, or somebody with those traits. Doesn't have to be, and he doesn't have to be male, but for most of you, he will be. In the reverse, this guy can be quite emotionally manipulative. He can be a bit of a seducer, a bit of a person who charms people and then kind of leads them astray. I feel like there's conflict with him. I mean, so for many of you, this could be, whether he's a water sign or not, this could be this person who owes you money, or who, you know, who you're thinking about taking legal action against because, you know, you've given him chance after chance after chance, or you're considering just, you know, getting out of a situation where this person has taken advantage of you. I just see doubts and suspicions around this person, and they're probably correct, because there's also enlightenment coming up next to him. Now, for some of you, maybe he's finally going to get it. If this is somebody who's been in your life, I mean, it could be maybe you taking this next step, or taking this legal action, or leaving the situation. It wakes him the hell up, or it wakes this person up, and you know, really kind of gets him to see the light, or to see the truth of a situation, the truth of his own actions, and how they're affecting the family, and, you know, not just you, but a family, or you know, the other people around him. Because and there may be some arguments with him, some back and forth, some threats, but I feel like they're all as insubstantial as water, and as movable as water, which is his energy, very changeable, always flowing, but, you know, you can't ever pin it down. You can't ever depend on what he says in the reverse. In the upright, it's a good guy, but, you know, so unfortunately in the reverse, as this person is appearing, we've got some deception going on, and so don't buy any of the excuses. I feel like, you know, if you're kind of trying to get out of this situation or change the way it has been going, and again, it's necessary that you do so with the situation involving this person, there's going to be some kind of an excuse that, you know, intended to make you feel guilty for standing up for yourself. Don't let this person do that to you, Virgo. You know, remind them of all the past times that you've bought their excuses when it didn't turn out to be real, or, you know, there's a real victim complex with this kind of a person in the reverse. You know, it's always their fault. I mean, I'm sorry, it's always the other person's fault. It's never their fault. So no matter what the situation, the circumstances, how badly they've treated anyone, it's always the other person's fault. And you know, that record is old at this point for many of you. I feel like you've been dealing with this person for a long time. And so don't really take everything they say as pretty much dishonest, because that's where they're coming from. They're not an honest person. So don't let them make you feel bad about what you're trying to do to survive here, and take care of your responsibilities and take care of everything that you need to take care of. Some of you may be moving in December, because that's another way these travel runes can work. They can sometimes mean a physical shift or change or a move. And if you are, I feel like you got a really good deal again with this Four of Coins coming up. But maybe that's why you were so concerned. It's like, oh my God, you know, this is, you know, there's such an outlay because we have to pay, you know, so much and closing and all of this stuff. So that may be for some of you how this is working out, but you're going to be all right. You're going to be able to get it all done. You know, and get moved and get settled and be very happy. Just finally feel very happy and secure. As far as home is concerned, because fours are about stability, and fours are about, you know, having everything that you need. And but with Soulu here, it also means that you are feeling very happy and positive about it, putting a lot of effort into home. I feel like a lot of you are decorating out the wazoo in December. You're really, those of you who aren't moving, but maybe even some of you who are really kind of, you know, going all out on the decorating in your home, inside or outside, maybe both. So that's fantastic. I think I feel like you're really creating a very warm, cozy environment, you know, to spend the holidays in. So that is what I see, Virgo, for December. Remember, stand up for yourself. You know, if somebody else should be helping you out, rather than taking advantage of your generosity, call them on it and take steps to change that so they can't do it any longer. Good luck with December, and I'll see you back here in January.